All right, so I wanted to go over doing like a little Flawless in 5 demonstration for you guys. So this is the Safer makeup line that Beauty Counter has, and you get a foundation, a concealer, either a brow gel or a pencil, mascara, a lip gloss, and blush. So you get 6 items for the Flawless in 5. I'm actually going to be using both the Dew Skin and the Tint Skin foundation because I like to do a little mixture. I like to get that added SPF onto my skin before I go out for the day. So I'll do that. I'm actually going to add in just a couple other products as well. So like I said, I've been using the Counter Control, so I'm going to use this matte gel cream. So it's just going to kind of help to keep the oil at bay. I do tend to get very oily throughout the day and I look just really, really shiny. And that's not a look that I prefer. Some people like to look that way, but I like to use this. So I'm just going to take one pump here and just kind of rub it onto my T-zone or my nose. That's where I typically get it the most. So, so the Matte Effect Gel Cream from the Counter Control line. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Dew Skin. I use a number 2. I'm fairly fair-skinned. It is the beginning of summer, so I would assume that I'm gonna just get a little darker, so I'll probably go to a 3. But I'm just going to put this on with my fingers. Okay, so I'm just gonna rub it all over. This is kind of difficult doing it in the phone. But, so this doesn't really have a whole lot of coverage. It's very sheer. It's like a tinted moisturizer. So I'm just gonna put this all over my face as a nice base layer with the SPF. Like I said, if you're just looking for some coverage with the SPF and have that little bit of a glow, the Dew Skin is really great for that. It's like a BB cream. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is use the Tint Skin foundation. I use linen. Again, it's fairly light. I'm just going to put it on with my fingers. Okay. And I just kind of blend all over, just like I did with the Dew Skin. And make sure I get nice coverage. I think I put a little too much on. It was hard to see, like I said, in the phone. All right. I'm just gonna look in the mirror here real quick. Make sure it's blended, nice and even. Awesome. Perfect. There we go. So we are nice and blended. I got some on my lips, so I'm gonna wipe that off. All right, there we go. So that was the Tint Skin. So I did Dew Skin, Tint Skin, and then now I'm just gonna use the concealer. Give it a couple clicks, okay? Just put a little bit underneath my eyes. Like I said before, I was a huge under eye concealer user. And I'm gonna cover this little blemish here, a little blemish up here, and just a little bit on my chin. Yeah, Neutrogena I used to use all the time for under my eyes, and this has been a huge lifesaver. Sometimes I just use that. And I use light. I like a lighter look under the eyes. So I'm just gonna blend it in here. Again, sorry, I need to look in this mirror here. The phone is not doing the best as far as lighting. So I'm just gonna pat those spots in. All right, so I am covered. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just gonna set, so this is an additional, this doesn't come in the Flawless in 5, it's an additional product, but I love it. So I was a huge like powder foundation person and not necessarily just a liquid. And this is the matte powder. So this just comes in this nice little container. I tap some out into the lid. I don't know what anybody else's procedure is, but I just tap some out into the lid, and then I take my my foundation brush and I just tap a little bit in there, and then I just pat it onto my face to just seal that foundation. Okay. Just get it. I like to go all over. Like I said, I don't like to be shimmery and shiny. I feel like my face just looks best matte. So that's why I use this powder. So there's the matte powder. It takes all that sheen right off, kind of helps to control that oil production. So I do that. Now today I'm not going to use the blush just because I'm not really going anywhere, but I do like to use the Nectar. It's kind of a darker, more rosy color. So I like that. The other thing that you get in the Flawless in 5 that I'm not going to use today is the lip gloss, and I like that in the Bare Shimmer, just something super nude, easy for summer. And oh, so the other thing I'm going to do are my eyebrows. So I'm going to use the brow gel in Light. Okay, so I'm just gonna, again, this is really hard in the phone, so I'm going to use the mirror, and you're supposed to swipe it up into the brow, and then, oops, and then over. Okay, so it gets those brows to stay in place, look a little bit more defined. And they do have this in other colors. They also have it in Invisible. So if you just want to make sure that your brows are nice and tame, doing it in the Invisible is a great way. And then I also have the pencil, which I use. Sometimes I just like that because the gel can, I just feel like the gel is a little bit more pronounced than the pencil, and you can control the pencil a little bit more. So this was the Light, and then I'm just gonna go over with the volumizing mascara. Gonna go right to the base of the lashes and wave it up. And other eye, bear with me. All right, so here is my Flawless in 5 look. This video took a little bit longer than the 5 minutes just because I was talking and explaining while doing it, but typically you just pop this on, you're in and out the door in 5 minutes. So a nice fresh face, ready to go for the day.